Yeah. Yo. All over the world, we about to go. Truth is coming out, that's what you need to know. Blacks and Hispanics is the Israelites you need to know. You ain't never gonna hear this from a pastor though. You done ended in the den with some lions. You done ended in the den with some lions.
Yeah.
That's right. So unless you've been under a rock, you didn't know about the that dude.
Man, the hot sauce. The hot sauce. Yeah.
Hey, that guy deserves an Academy Award.
No, he don't, man.
No, he don't.
That was that
crying.
Hey, he on that crying.
He was fake. That was the fakest thing I ever seen.
Yeah, so he don't get no award for that. He don't get no award for that, man.
He like a what they call him?
He gets a Rotten Tomato. He gets a Rotten Tomato award, man.
Right.
D-level actor.
Just slightly better than Joel Osteen.
Right. That was like one of them homemade video actors.
Hey, for real.
He was terrible, bro.
Awful.
Hey, the acting was.
Hey, man.
But it got him off though.
Yeah, apparently it worked. Apparently the jury. Apparently the jury bought it.
The acting was terrible, but the result
was.
Because the prosecution was terrible. Yeah. That's because I watched snippets of the trial. Prosecution all the way through. It was like and same thing happened in the George Zimmerman case. Not to bring that up again, but
hey, I'm gonna tell you something though, because it's not a really comparison.
Right.
They were not gonna let him go to jail when let's say when it's black on black crime. Esau saying, you know what? Okay, they killed one nigga. Now send this nigga to jail. So we got two of them. Right. They're not gonna do that with Esau. They're not gonna. They kill a white man, another white man. So okay, one that's a casualty right there. Let him get off. We can't have the casualties like that. So to me, it's really not a comparison with none of the cases that had to deal with the white people killing us or us killing each other. They were not going to let that. He wasn't going to jail. He wasn't going to go to jail for that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but think about it. He was there. The ones that were there allegedly for Jacob Blake. You know, that's what they were protesting. What happened to him? So. That will put them in the category of end lovers.
Right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So, hey, I want you to go ahead and play this quick video, and I want you to get that in Genesis. About Crime Boy in Genesis. Let's get that.
Jada, Wisconsin versus Kyle Rittenhouse. That's the first count of the information. Joseph Rosenbaum. We, the jury, find the defendant, Kyle H. Rittenhouse, not guilty. As to the second count of the information, Richard McGinnis, we, the jury, find the defendant, Kyle H. Rittenhouse, not guilty. As to the third count of the information, unknown male, we, the jury, find the defendant, Kyle H. Rittenhouse, not guilty. As to the fourth count of the information, Anthony Huber, we, the jury, find the defendant, Kyle H. Rittenhouse, not guilty. As to the fifth count of the information, Gage Grosskreutz, we, the jury, find the defendant, Kyle H. Rittenhouse, not guilty.
Hey,
the jury,
boys. This one was real, man. I think he was, he was scared.
Man,
as
I ain't
hell.
seen a tear yet.
He was scared as hell. So you think that he wasn't? You don't think that he was scared that he was going to go to jail?
I think he already knew.
I don't think necessarily that he
that dude was scared as hell, bro.
He probably was scared, but that falling out like he was in church, nah. I ain't
the one before I say no. That one he played.
Judge probably already winked that and like, no, don't worry, son.
Right.
We ain't gonna let nothing happen.
Hugged him up after the trial.
2734. You don't know what Crime Boy is?
Come on, man.
Come on now, dog.
You want that blessing? He want that blessing.
Oh man, get that at Genesis 27:34. When he heard the verdict,
the book of Genesis, chapter 27 and verse 34. And when Esau heard the words of his father, he cried with a great and exceeding bitter cry.
A what kind of cry?
An exceeding bitter cry.
A great and exceeding bitter, with no tears. Go ahead.
And said unto his father, bless me, even also my father.
So he got his blessing.
Mm-hmm.
He got his blessing. His daddy, the judge, said, don't worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
We ain't gonna let nothing happen. Hey, because remember now, y'all got to understand, there's a precedence. You remember when the Stanford swimmer raped the unconscious white girl?
Yes.
Right?
Remember that.
Passed out, couldn't, she sloppy drunk or date rape drug or whatever the case may be. And I remember the father saying something like, my son will not be able to go have a nice steak or something. It was something just
he got off.
ridiculous in the fact that this is how they think. This is truly how they think. Like, he's too young for you to ruin his future. Even though that was a heinous crime that he committed.
Was that the affluenza case? We
Yeah,
said he was too rich. He was
was
too rich, basically, to go to jail. That was basically what the argument was.
I think it was.
Somebody post that in the group about the swimmer, the Stanford swimmer that was accused of rape, but he got off on it.
Yeah,
he got off.
Yeah.
So I mean, they come on, it's a precedence for that. Hey, pull up the next one about Jacob. I think this is Jacob Blake's uncle. We're gonna go to 2 minutes 31 seconds. 2 minutes and 31 seconds.
We've been fighting for this country for 100 years. For 100 years. And for this to happen in 2021, it's upsetting to us, but it should be upsetting to everybody out there in the audience. This attack on these two young men that had no weapon to defend themselves against the AR-15. They chose to represent themselves and come out here to march in peace for Jacob Blake. It led to their death. So I'm distraught for their families, but I'm gonna try to suck it up and call them and support them. But we should know, this will go around the world. This country can no longer say a damn thing at any international meeting about human rights.
Hey, hold on, pause for a second.
Not happy with
hey, that's a heavy statement right there. He said, nah, when y'all in your EU meetings and all of this, don't be talking about how righteous y'all are.
Right.
How you gonna go to another country and talk about how they treated citizens? Oh, because we're not citizens.
Bring it out.
Hey.
Go ahead.
So what do y'all think about the case?
About the Kyle Rittenhouse?
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't a surprise. It wasn't like...
No, I'm saying, what do you think? What do you think the verdict, based on what you're seeing, what do you think it should have been? I mean, you go last. You go last.
Okay.
You go last. What you think?
Murder?
Say he was guilty?
Yeah.
What you think? But
I think he was guilty.
what you think?
Guilty.
Guilty? Well, I was looking at it. I agree with the decision. I say not guilty. I believe it was self-defense. What you think?
Well,
before you say it, the only one and the prosecution heard this statement. Only one reason when they said it that I wouldn't think it wasn't self-defense, because they said he went there and you provoked a situation. You can't call self-defense if I provoked you.
Right.
That's what they said. Other than that, when I watched the video and I seen they showed another clip of the white dudes getting at other people, I was like, yeah, look like self-defense to me. But what you think?
There's two things in the law that you have to understand when it comes to things of that nature. So the first thing is you can only meet force with the force that you're met with. Right. So he's bringing an AR-15 to a protest in his frame of mind to protect property. Trevor Noah talked about that. He said, you don't come cross state lines because you care so much about a stranger's property.
Right.
You come there because you're looking for trouble.
Ill intent.
Right. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, and this isn't necessarily the state of the law, but It's the state of affairs when it comes to military. So when you show up to a place uninvited with a weapon, you're known as a combatant. So that means you're a willing participant in whatever goes down. You're also inviting the violence. Right. So even if you get approached in that manner, you're not justified for being a vigilante, is basically what he was trying to do. Right. So I think the wrong conclusion was came to in this matter because of the fact that he was looking for trouble and then he found it. Not only that, I also think that it's going to set a poor precedent in this country for those Esau who will he'll feel empowered to show up to a protest
definitely
and feel afraid to be fired on shots on. Same thing.
Because that's their favorite line. You know, I fear for my life.
Yeah.
I fear for my life.
Because didn't they push him down first?
Yeah, he was on the ground.
He was spun around and ended up falling, and that's when they tried to come after him, and that's when he started pop. But he was running in the first place because he had already shot somebody by the time we get that second incident on video.
Right. So now imagine he didn't have the weapon and they pushed him down. I mean, looking at the guy, they would probably laugh and keep walking. But the fact that he had a weapon, it's like, okay, now that I push you, I gotta control you because now you have the right to use that weapon.
Yeah. Hey, so what did the defense argue to get him off?
So the defense was slick actually in this case because there was the self-defense issue I think was a decent case based on what the state of the law was. But what they did was their argument was and they actually got one of the charges dropped. The charge of him being underage with a firearm, they got that dropped. So the only
how the hell did they get based off that should have been guilty? How did they get that dropped?
They argued a loophole in the law, and the judge went for it because, and you could see throughout the whole case that he was biased. So he bit on that loophole in the law in terms of being able to have that gun there at that time because judges do what they do. That's why the law is slack.
I think they looked into the people that got shot. And because they showed the pictures of them, they would fall into the more white trash category. And Rittenhouse is young, clean cut, typical Caucasian, and they say we can't ruin his life. Those white trash trailer park dudes, they just got to take the fall for that one.
Right.
Crazy, man, crazy.
Or hush money.
Hey, I wanna share this. I'm gonna post this right here. Go to what I just posted at the very bottom. I want to go back to that Brock Turner thing because Brock Turner had he raped a young lady. All right. I know they like to desensitize things.
That was rape, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna read this. It says this is father. It says Dan Turner's words outraged many people across the nation, including John Pavlovich, a pastor, blogger, and father in Wake Forest, North Carolina. In the blog post titled "To Brock Turner's Father from Another Father," Pavlovich writes that there is no scenario where your son should be the sympathetic figure here. All right. So now, I don't know who Pavlovich is, but usually that's not a brother.
Yeah.
No.
All right. So I'm just going out on a limb and saying this one Edomite talking to another Edomite. All right. It says, I need you to understand something. I say this as a father who dearly loves my son as much as you must love yours. Brock is not the victim here. His victim is the victim. She is the wounded one. He is the damager. This young woman will be dealing with this for far longer than the embarrassingly short 6 months your son is being penalized. She will endure unthinkable trauma of his 20 minutes of action. That was what the father said. Wow. 20 minutes of action for the duration of her life. Because I'm going to jump down. It says, in a statement issued Tuesday to CNN, Dan Turner said people had misinterpreted the phrase 20 minutes of action. What I meant with the comment is that a 20-minute period of time. I was not referring to sexual activity by the word action. That's exactly what he meant. And then when they called him out on it, then being Esau, he went and retracted his statement. But he was saying,
shut your white mouth.
You got that right. He was saying that his son shouldn't get that kind of a penalty for 20 minutes of action.
So he pretty much saying they were just having sex. He
even though she was completely knocked out.
He didn't look at it. He didn't look at it as rape.
No. Some old Forrest Gump stuff or something.
Oh, gosh.
What the hell?
But Jenny.
So I'm curious what if they asked him, then what is a rightful punishment for 20 minutes of time?
Action.
20 minutes of action.
Don't clean it up.
Right.
Action.
Yeah. That makes no sense whatsoever.
Yeah. Hey, go to that next article about the white man outside the trial. All right. So Jacob Blake's uncle he went in and he said a lot of very insightful things. But here's the problem. The Lord tells us that we got to examine ourselves. Matter of fact, let's get that right quick, because that's the one thing that we never want to do. We don't never want to understand why these things come upon us. All right, let's get that. Get that, and then get that in Ezekiel 18 also. 2 Corinthians 13:5.
The book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 13, and verse 5. Examine
7 seconds, brother. 7 seconds.
Whether ye be in the faith.
Mm-hmm.
Prove your own selves.
Do what?
Prove your own selves.
Mm-hmm.
Know ye not your own selves?
Mm-hmm.
How that Jesus Christ is in you, except ye be reprobates?
So we got to examine ourselves. We have to examine our actions. We got to examine our thoughts. All right? Do our thoughts line up according to what the scriptures say? Because God said we are holy people. Right? He made us different than all the other nations of people. And one of the things is because we envy our oppressors, we don't see ourselves as holy. We too busy trying to be equal. So we got to understand that point. I want you to get Ezekiel 18, and I want you to start at verse 29.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 18 and verse 29.
Bring it out.
Yet saith the house of Israel, the way of the Lord is not equal.
You see what we say? I don't understand why the Lord punishing us like this. I don't understand why this came upon me. I'm a good person. I ain't did wrong to nobody.
Right.
Even though I celebrate my birthday. Even though I might smoke some cigarettes or some drugs. I'm doing that to myself. I ain't bothering nobody. Even though I go to church on Sunday and believe in a white Jesus, I ain't bothering nobody. We say, the house of Israel say our way, or the Lord's way, is not equal. Go ahead.
O house of Israel, are not my ways equal?
Mm-hmm.
Are not your ways unequal?
So the Lord your ways is unequal. You forgot about the agreement? That you was going to be a holy people and keep the commandments, and I was going to be your God, and I'll uphold my end.
Right.
Long as you uphold your end. Go ahead.
Therefore, I will judge you, O house of Israel, every one according to his ways, saith the Lord God.
Hey, he stopped for the reading this time. All praises.
All praises.
All praises.
Hey, Shalom, caller. What's your name? Question or comment?
Hey, Shalom, family, most high in Christ bless. This is Brother Kakeem out of Arkansas camp.
Oh,
Brother Kakeem.
Hey.
All praise. How you doing, brother?
Hey, Shalom. I'm doing well. Good to see y'all putting in the work. All praises to the highest. Just wanted to call and say it's really good to see what y'all doing, but I did have a quick comment to make on Kyle Rittenhouse.
Rittenhouse.
Yeah, so it just really paints the picture clearly to see how the judge was in favor of him, because the fact that he was a minor carrying a very dangerous weapon, an assault rifle that uses 7.62 rounds, which goes through bulletproof vests, they just completely threw the charge out of the window. The fact that he, should have been charged with possessing a very dangerous weapon, but they just threw it out. I'm not sure if that was remembered or not, but I don't know what the justification was for it, but the judge definitely just kind of swept that one underneath the rug, so definitely should have been guilty for all those charges.
I agree with the weapon. Yeah, I don't know how he got it. I don't know how he got out of actually carrying a weapon. That was crazy.
The loophole in the law was essentially that it was not considered an improper weapon for him to have because the barrel length was longer than 16 inches. That's the same thing as like if I'm charged with felony murder for stabbing you, right? And the weapon of choice is a knife. They're taking away their possession of the illegal knife because it's the wrong kind of knife. Same thing. Yeah.
And that's crazy.
Yes. It's still a weapon.
So you gotta go to school to learn the right kind of weapons to kill.
Right. It's crazy.
I need a legal weapon to kill.
You know what I mean?
And then you can get off.
6 years, 8 inches.
Damn.
Wow.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
What attorney thinks of this?
Let it go.
Hey, that's what they're paid to do.
That
That's what they're paid
is insane.
to do. Yeah.
Because it's this long, it's the wrong weapon, even though they died by the bullets that came out of it. That's crazy.
Because what your job as a defense attorney is to use the law against the prosecution.
Hey, wicked as hell.
Yeah, hey, so that's how it happens. And when you have poor prosecution, they get away with it.
Damn.
That's why the Bible says.
Hey, King, man, we appreciate the call, bro. We appreciate the call, man.
Yes, sir. All right, shalom.
All right, shalom.
That's why the scriptures say the law is slack. All these loopholes. Hey, go ahead and finish that though.
Therefore, I will judge you, O house of Israel, everyone according to his ways, saith the Lord God. Repent and turn yourselves from all your transgressions, so iniquity shall not be your ruin.
So when these things come upon us, we got to understand why these things are coming upon us, all right? But this is what we have not been taught in our Christian churches. And all praise to the Most High. The prophets are back out on the streets. They're bringing forth the word. You have platforms like this to bring the word out.
All praises.
Hey, shalom, caller. What's your name, question, or comment?
I will judge you, O house of Israel.
This is Officer Wuak in Nashville.
All right, hey, we need you to turn your listening device down in the back. All right. What's your question or comment?
Can you hear us?
He turned himself down.
Maybe he went to go turn it down. And then
brother, he turned himself off.
Yeah, he
All righty. All right, so let's go back to the article. Or did we pull it up yet? Kyle Rittenhouse. Okay.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Rittenhouse. That was creative right there.
All right, go ahead. So,
White man outside Kyle Rittenhouse trial holds up Black Crime Matters sign while arguing the N-word. Arguing the N-word is okay.
You okay over there?
He had a stroke mid-sentence.
Damn.
Hey, it's that light.
It's that light. Hey, Zia, take over for him. He got that.
I know it's the light.
He got the sun in his face.
In today's episode of Wait, supporters of Kyle Rittenhouse aren't racist, are they? A white man who doesn't appear to be very fond of the Negroes was captured in virtual video standing with a protest sign outside of Kenosha County, Kenosha County's courthouse as the jury deliberated on whether Rittenhouse is guilty of murdering 2 people and attempting to murder a 3rd, according to the Daily Dot.
Scroll down some. We just want to get to the point.
I got a question too for Officer Micaiah on this case again. Because again, my stance is still self-defense. But I have a question when you finish.
Go ahead.
Free my in Kyle.
Damn.
Stop.
It's not murder if your mommy dropped you off. We wanted a Call of Duty Kenosha game, and we want it now.
They want a Call of Duty Kenosha game. Hey, that is wicked as hell. Hey, shalom, caller. What's your name, question, or comment? That's wicked, bro.
That is. Oh, it's Officer. Yeah.
Officer, you gotta turn the background down. We can hear the show on the call.
He might be a butt dial.
That baby might have died.
Yeah, go ahead. All right, read on.
Kenosha. Raisin go in everything.
Raisins go in everything.
Raisins go in everything.
Because they want to put raisins in. What they put raisins in?
Potato salad.
Potato salad. Raisins in potato salad. Right. Shalom, caller. What's your question? Your name, question?
That's my fault, man. That was my fault. I ain't know how to turn it down.
All right.
I just want to say hello to y'all leadership and everything. That's all.
Okay.
Hey, all praises, brother.
Hey, what you think about the whole Rittenhouse thing?
I think all this stuff is bullcrap. You know what I'm saying? What they doing, it's the devil, it's the adversary. You know what I'm saying? And that's all it is. And it's a sign of the end time. And all this stuff is going on right now.
It definitely is a sign of the end time. So, Officer Michael says he thinks it was self-defense. You think it was self-defense?
I think it's not. I think it's really bullcrap. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Hey.
I just think all this stuff is bull. What they doing, it's just trying to have you mix up all this bull crap. That's all.
Yeah.
Hey,
I agree with you.
Summed it up. It is a bunch of BS. Everything that's going on.
Hey, y'all doing a good thing, though. I just wanted to call y'all and say y'all doing a good thing.
All right, we appreciate you. Keep supporting, brother.
All right, shalom.
Yeah, go ahead, officer. I want to hear your point, man.
Oh, yeah. Let me ask Micaiah. Was it, let's say he was of age. Could he have had that gun out there?
I mean, sure.
Oh, yeah, self-defense. Hey, if I go out with a gun, right? I thought he could have so he could open carry out there, right?
Well, so
he could have that lawyer talk. You just said yes. Now what?
I don't know. So in certain places you can carry open carry. So obviously, what I'm assuming about that state is that you can open carry because he wasn't taken in.
Because I never, none of that.
For that. At the time, nobody raised any alarms about him having an AR-15. So I'm assuming it's an open carry state.
Okay. All right. So the video shows, like you said, he was spun around. He was on the ground. Right. So just because I have my gun out there gives you the right to come and run at me? He wasn't walking around with... He wasn't shooting. He wasn't shooting nobody.
But allegedly, he had already shot somebody already. Allegedly.
Hey, okay. So how does he? Okay, if he allegedly shot somebody already,
right?
How did he not get charged for that? That couldn't have been self-defense.
Because he got the complexion.
No way.
That's right.
There you go. Hey,
y'all listen to that. That's not. I don't think I'm right on that.
Further proves ill intent because if he shot the first person, he walked past the cop. Why didn't he go to the cop and say, "Hey,
that's what I'm saying.
Down.
That's not true."
Okay.
He didn't just shoot somebody. Nothing charged for that. Then the people attack him, and that was a self-defense. He had to, bro. Y'all didn't. Nobody answered the question of how did he just shoot somebody,
right?
But the charge wasn't against that shooting; it was against the other one. I don't think that happened.
It was for both.
Yeah,
because he killed 2 people.
And he shot 3 of them. He shot 3 people. He shot one. One was like,
he got that dude's arm was. You seen that? His arm was blown off. That thing was crazy.
So I'm like, the first shooting. My thought was, they came at him because he had the gun. He had the gun. They was like, oh, the dude with the gun, and he shot somebody. And then they came at him.
Yes. It was they was actually trying to be They was trying to be heroes.
I gotta hear that because there's no way. That can be self-defense. There's no way.
They were 2 separate.
You could not have a threat coming towards you. You just shoot them. I would have to hear that. I don't think that's crazy. That would be crazy.
Officer
in Babylon.
Hey, Officer said because I'm white.
That would be. That's crazy.
He's a modern day. He's a modern day statue.
That's right.
Oh God, dang!
The same way they paid homage to the white boys before. That's him.
Columbus.
Because look,
hey Esau, you the goddamn devil.
That's right.
Hey, let's get through this because we got something else on him. Go back. Pick up the reading. My body,
my choice not to use a washcloth.
You see that? All these derogatories.
Esau don't want to bathe, man.
What are we reading right now?
No, that's not what he's talking about. Yeah.
All of these things are very good guesses, but none of them are correct. Instead, this white man stood outside of the courthouse during the white man's murder trial to raise awareness of checks notes. Black criminals.
Black criminals.
Black crime matters. Read the sign. This curdled
Mayo sapien.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Mayo sapiens was holding. Not only was he holding up a racist sign that had literally nothing to do with the Rittenhouse case, as neither he nor any of his victims were black, but he was caught on camera explaining why he thinks it should be okay for white people to use the N-word.
So that's just opening up. This is like, remember when Trump was elected initially? It's like this is opening up that door for nutcases to come back out and be justified in their behavior.
Exactly.
Well, don't forget about the law they got here in Florida. If they think you are riding, that they had passed this summer.
Yeah. They can shoot.
And they don't have to be cops. They can be just regular citizens.
Right.
Yeah.
They can shoot.
Hey, pull that next article up right quick. Because we ain't going to get through all of these. Pull that next article up.
We ain't going to no protest.
Yeah, read that. Whichever one y'all can read that.
Republican
politicians.
Whichever one y'all know how to read.
Politicians praise Rittenhouse verdict. I'm going to arm wrestle Matt Gaetz to get bids for dibs for Kyle as an intern.
So he murdered people and he gets a job.
I told y'all he a modern day statue. Y'all think I'm playing.
They're going to say, Kyle, one thing you did wrong, you shot the wrong complexion.
Scroll down.
Right.
Scroll down. There you go. Blow that up a little bit. All right, there you go.
Republican members of Congress were elated on Friday after a Wisconsin jury found 18-year-old Kyle Rittenhouse not guilty on all charges after he shot and killed 2 men and injured another during racial justice protests in Kenosha, Wisconsin in August 2020.
Right, now I know why he got off.
Scroll down.
Now I know why.
Now started Republicans.
I'm gonna tell you why he got off.
Right. Why he get off? Go ahead.
Hey, they took him back in the room. Right, and he said it was dark out there.
Right.
I thought I was shooting black people. I didn't know they was. Oh, really?
Right.
Okay. We're gonna take care of it. We're gonna take care of it. Oh, we know it was dark. Okay, we'll take care of this.
He had a mask on his face. His face was covered.
Yeah.
Republicans tutoring the jury. Touting the jury's verdict as a political victory, took to Twitter to express their satisfaction.
How's that a political victory?
Wow.
Because he's white.
Because okay, all right.
Hey, get that soundbite because you're white. Get that soundbite.
And it's going to open up doors for them to do this. Look, it's going to open up a lot of
Go ahead.
May Kyle and his family now live in peace
with their weapons. Go ahead.
Wrote reporter or representative Marjorie Taylor Greene. Kyle is one of the good ones.
Stop. He's the good. That's all we need. He's one of the good ones.
Hey. Nope. And what's crazy about this too? You need to be. You need to be a high-level scholar to be able to get a congressional internship. Kyle Rittenhouse is a high school dropout. Wow. And
he got a good trigger finger.
That's right.
He's one of the good ones. That's what they say.
He got a good trigger finger.
Let me get that in Psalms. Let me get Psalms chapter 64 and verse 2.
Bring it out.
He's an expert in
because
barrel length.
these white people love. I'm done.
Hey, Uziel was like, bro, that's crazy. That is crazy, bro.
I'm still baffled.
These white people love to parade around the times they get over. Go ahead.
The book of Psalms, chapter 64 and verse 2. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked.
The wicked is the wicked that Malachi talks about. Talks about Esau, a.k.a. the white man. Go ahead.
From the insurrection of the workers of iniquity.
And every time they moving, they work in iniquity. Jump down to verse 5.
Verse 5. They encourage themselves in an evil manner.
So you get encouragement when you shoot people and kill them. That's encouragement because they're essentially giving this man
a job,
an award for killing people. They're saying, you're one of the good ones, Kyle. You're resting safe tonight. Read.
They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see me?
Because the snare is, again, like we've been talking about over and over, they're going to encourage more white people to come out to these protests with AR-15s, and all they got to do is say, I was scared, and then fake cry on the stand, and they're going to be set free.
Citizens, not police. So it won't be police shooting black people.
No.
It'll be citizens.
Hey, and ain't it black folks that want to defund the police?
Yeah. Yeah.
But you're not black. Remember, we only kill black people.
That's right. That's right. It's on point with that one. Go ahead.
That's it on that.
Okay. Hey, so where does this spirit come from? Some of that spirit of killing. We see the wickedness, the injustice that is going on with our people. And who knows what'll happen by next week's show. Lord willing, he spare our lives if Christ hadn't returned. And there may be a verdict in the Ahmaud Arbery case, right?
Right. Yeah.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. I.U.I.C. has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road. Purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. I.U.I.C, we deliver the truth.